Hi everyone. Today we are going to discuss about the Power BI top 15 interview questions. So I think with these questions you can easily track Power BI interview. Okay. So let me share this. Let me explain each and every question. So the first question is, what are the main components and tools of Power BI? So there are 5 tools of Power BI. They are Power Query, Power Pivot, Power View, Power Map, and Power Q&A. So first of all, what is Power Query? Before going to that, so components and tools means which we use in the Power BI for doing certain operations. So Power Query means where we will load the data and where we will transform and make changes to the data. So it is the query editor where we make data loading, and if any changes required, we will do further. So that is known as Power Query. Second one is Power Pivot. Power Pivot is data modeling. So data modeling means we will take multiple tables and we will create relationship between. That means we are creating mapping between the tables. That is called as Power Pivot. And third one is Power View. Power View means we are taking multiple charts and reports preparing. Means in the Power BI charts will be there. For that we are applying visualizations. Finally, the completion of all the charts giving rise to a report. So whenever we are preparing charts and visualizations, finally we are going to show the report. So that showing is known as Power View. That is the place where we are showing the reports. Next one is Power Map. So if you want to create any geographical maps or any other maps, so for that concept, we will use the Power Map. And next one is Power View. Sorry, Power Q&A. That means Q stands for questioning, A stands for answering. So here we can search whatever we want. So in this, we can search whatever questions or answers you want for browsing. Like in the Power BI concepts, here you want to search something that is known as Power Q&A. So all these are all the main components and tools of Power BI. So let us go for the second question. What is a Power Query tool? So before only I have explained you Power Query. So in detail I will explain you. It is the editor tool. Okay, this is the editor tool where we can perform data shaping, modeling, transformation, and modifying. Once we import the data into the Power BI, for the data we will do shaping. That means whatever changes you want. Modeling, that means any data models required. We will do for that. Transformation. This is also changes made for the data. That means tables, editing the data. And finally modifying. So whenever the changes are done, finally we will do the later modifying which are required for the data. So this is the screen in the Power BI where we do the Power Query tool. So here you can observe the transform the data. Once you click on that, you can make the changes for the data. So this is all about the Power Query tool. Let us go for the third question. What are the connectivity modes in Power BI? The first one is import mode, second one is direct query, and third one is online. So in the import mode, data will be loaded. Data will be imported from different data sources like SQL, Excel, Azure data, and data must be refreshed in the import mode. It is very important point that once you import all the data, once you make changes in the Power BI, every time you have to do refresh in the import mode. So that is called as import mode. See here you can observe the get data where you can import the data. Once you click on the get data, it will show different types of data sources. So for example, if you have selected the SQL, here you can do the importing from the SQL into the Power BI desktop. So you are going to import the data from SQL into the Power BI desktop. So here the second one, you can observe the direct query. Direct query means we are going to write one query. So not importing from the get data, we are going to write one query from which we are going to import the data. So using the query, we are going to import the data. So no need to refresh for this. For in the import mode, I told you to refresh. So whenever you are using the direct query means you are writing the code. That means you are writing one query line. For that, you need not to refresh. It will be the changes will be applied whenever you are writing the query only. Okay. So it connects directly to the data source. That is called as direct query. Example here you can see first option is here import. That means the import mode is there, no, that one. So whenever you want direct query, you have to select here direct query. Then you have to write one query and then the data will be imported. And the third one is online. Online we are going to use in certain circumstances only. So in the cloud like SQL or else in other any data sources, when we want to import the data from the cloud and other services, we will use the online. So that's all. So next question is what are filters in Power BI? There are four types of filters. First one is visual level filters. Second one is page level filters. Third one, report level filters. Fourth one is drill through filters. So let me explain the first one. Visual level filters means individual charts like line chart, pie chart, which you are seeing in the Power BI desktop. No, like line chart, pie chart, these charts will be there. No, you're going to apply some visualizations to these charts. So like you're going to do some formatting from the charts to the pie chart or line chart. All these things you're going to doing the visual level filters. And second one is page level filters. Page level filters means all charts in one page will be refreshed. So whenever you want to make one chart or any other thing, you are going to do in the page only. So it must be refreshed. Whenever you are going to take multiple pages, then the third thing will be happen. The third report level is there, no? So single page number of charts, multiple number of charts is page level filters. Number of pages will be more, like many number of pages means that is called as report level filters. So third one, report level filters. Example, whenever we want to create 3 pages, every visual in 3 pages will be connected. Changes will be applied to each visual in report filter. That means you are going to take like 3 pages. In the 3 pages, charts are there. In the report level filters, these charts are interlinked. That means interconnected. So once you make changes in one chart, the changes will be applied to all the visuals in the report level filters. So the last one is drill through filters. So let me explain the definition of drill through filters. Use it to identify the columns that are to be used to drill through from one report to another report. That means if you want to identify columns which are connected between the page and page, which are going to visualize between page and page. So for identifying columns and also connecting from one page to another page, by right clicking on drill through, we are going to use the drill through filters. So drill through means moving, like going from one page to another page. So these are all about the filters. Here you can observe the filters. Filters pane, visualization pane. In the Power BI desktop, right side three panes will be there. The first one is filters pane. In this only we are going to do. So you can select the filter types whatever you want. Now only we discuss now. So you can select whatever filter you want here, and you can import the tables data. That means you can import the tables and columns data. You can search the columns data here. Once after you import the data into the filters, you can make the visualizations. So these are all about the filters in Power BI. Next one, fifth question is what are user roles in Power BI? The first one is admin, second one member, contributor, viewer, and date gateway. So first one, the Power BI cloud service means it is a cloud-based application creating the workspaces. It is all about the cloud-based service where you're going to create some workspaces. So first of all, what is admin? Admin means the role given to the project leads, like project managers. They can add and remove the members of the project. They are having all the rights of the project monitoring. Okay, so hence they are called as admins. And second one, members and contributors means they will be having the limited roles, limited access. They can add the numbers, but they can't remove the numbers. Here you can see in this way, when you have to click on modeling and you have to go to the manage roles and view all. So here you can apply the roles for the Power BI service. So the next one is viewers. Viewers means they can able to just view whatever they want. They can't change anything. They will be having no rights to change anything. And last one is the date gateway. What is date gateway means? It acts like the bridge between local data and cloud data. Local data means whatever you are making in the normal Power BI desktop screen. So whenever you want to make some changes in the cloud, that cloud service, that gateway will act like bridge between the local data, like publishing the data into the cloud service. You are going to use date gateway. So whenever we take a local data, gateway will be created. So no need to create cloud service like Azure database, etc. Okay. So these are all about the user roles in Power BI. Next, sixth question is DAX functions. So DAX stands for data analysis expressions. Okay. So you're going to analyze the data. You're going to do some DAX expressions and functions like sum, average here. So you're going to write expressions to analyze the data. DAX is a programming language used for creating calculated columns, measures, and custom tables, functions, etc. So whenever you can see here, you have to click on the enter data. So let me explain with one example. Once you import the data from the get data, like from the Excel or SQL, wherever you want. So once the data is imported into the Power BI, right side you can see the tables and columns. From that, you can create the new column. Okay, you can create a new column. See here, you can observe the new in the columns. You can create new column, new measure, new quick measure. So once you click on the table name, there will be appears for you the new column, new measure. So DAX function is used for creating new column. You can customize the column and also a new measure, and you can customize the measure. So what is a measure? Measures are calculated on demand. Measures are calculated based on the filters. So this is the significance of measures. Columns, you all know that. For in the tables, if you want any new columns to be added, you can use the customized column or else new column where you can do formatting for the columns also. So all these functions comprises of DAX functions. So this is all about the DAX functions. So next one is row level security. Row level security means you are going to restrict some access for the other people. So only you are providing the viewers to view the data, not having any rights. So for that you have to take the row level security. You have to click on the row level security. So in order to restrict data access for the given users. Okay. These filters restrict data access to the row level, and you can define filters within roles. So let me explain. So what are the things you are going to do in the row level security? It is one of the very important question which will be asked in every interview of Power BI. So whenever the project submission is going on, you are going to provide a project to the end users. And then you have to click on the row level security so that to restrict the data access for the users. So this is the very most significance of row level security. So you can create this as state wise, reason wise, and row wise. This is all about the row level security. So in this way you can apply here. So here members which you want to give the access only for the members, you can give like manage roles. So here the row level security option will be there. You can select and you can apply the security option. So next question. What is the transformations in Power BI? So using transformations, you can append the data, you can replace the data, you can make changes for the data, like you can make the columns changing in the tables like that. So you can change the data types also, and you can change the conditional format, like you can make changes in the tables, like making the conditional formatting means applying the yes or no or any other colors applying to the table. All these things you are going to do in the transformations. You can change the number that text numbers and number changes, and also data changes we made in the Power BI. So this is all about the transformation is Power BI. Transformation in Power BI. So you have to click on home and you have to select this transformation data for doing any changes in the Power BI. And next one is, what is the data source in Power BI? So there will be 99 plus data sources available in Power BI, like example SQL, Oracle, flat files, XML, etc. It creates a data set where you want to get the data and where you want to import the data, where you want to connect to. So it contains information about the data source, credentials also, how you want to log in into the Power BI. So it is one of the subset of the data copied from the data source. So all these are about the data source in Power BI. Okay. Once you click on the get data, if you want to click on Excel, so the process of opening the data sources, you have to click on Home, Get Data, and Excel. Here the below things are there, no? So all these are different types of data sources where you can import the data. So this is called as data source in Power BI. So let us go for the next question. What is the customized chart in Power BI? So there are 250 plus custom charts available in Power BI, example, drill through, histogram, etc. So these are the things which are created by developers using the custom visuals to enable business users to see the data in the way that fits the business best. So the developers may know how to create the charts, how to custom the chart. That means making the visualizations uh, customization means the making changes for the visualizations, applying new things to the visualizations, all these things made by the developers that makes the business very effectively and very best. They can import the custom visuals into the reports, and they can be used for the comparing between two categories and also data formatting. All these things comes under the customization chart. So here whenever you see, if one chart is there, you can make the formatting for the visualizations here. That means you are going to customize that visual. So this is all about the customization charts in Power BI. 11th one, what is a filter in Power BI? Before only we discussed what is a filter, but there we discussed the types of filters. We are going to discuss about the definition of a filters. So filters means these are done by the developers to refine the specific visuals, entire pages like whole workbooks before sharing the dashboard. Depending on the type of filter, whether it is visual or page or report filter, developer will apply accordingly. The end users can't apply changes. They can't operate filter. Instead, they can use slices. So filters means you are going to use the filter pane to import the data. After that, you are going to make changes for the data, like you are going to apply the visualizations and also the conditional formatting for the data in the filters pane. Okay, using the filters, the different types of filters will be there. No, the developers will select whether it is report or visual or page. They will apply accordingly. So the end users can't apply the changes. They can only view the data in the filter. They can't operate also. If you want to operate anything for that, they can use slices instead of the filters. Okay. So here you can see it will be like the drop down options which will be used in the projects. Okay. The filters mainly used in this way. It can be viewed in this way. Okay. So let us go for the next question. What is a slicer in Power BI? So slicers are presented as visual on the reports. Slicers are user friendly. They are user understandable. So whenever you want to apply slicers, you also filters out all the records in the page level. Okay. So here whenever you click on a column of a table, the filters will be appeared in this like this. So the columns will be appeared like this. When you click on the slicer, this is a slicer option on the visualization. So you can use the sync slicer for applying changes to all pages at a time. Okay. So significance of sync slicer is you can apply changes for all the pages at a time. So filter slicer will be applied in the canvas visual filter. Okay. It will be available. It is one of the type of canvas visual filter. It is user friendly, and that means you can easily understandable. Okay. So here you can see the slicer preparation, and here also first step is you have to go to the column name from the table, and you can apply the visualization. Here you are going to select the slicer, and then it will be applied like this. Okay. Next one. What is a selection pane in Power BI? So it is almost related to the BookMark pane. The selection pane will provide a list of objects through which you can see whether it is visible or hidden. So once you click on the selection pane, you can do the bookmarks. In the bookmarks, you can use the selection pane for making it as visible or hidden. It means here object. Okay. This will allow us to efficiently use the space given to us within the report page. So if you see here, whenever you click on the selection, So here the I option is there, no? That is called as show. Whenever you click on that, it will be hidden. So hiding the and visibling the object comes under the selection pane. Hide and visible, like show and hide the object in selection pane. This is all. This is known as selection pane in Power BI. So next question is, what is the main difference between the slicer and filter? This is also most important question and most asking question in Power BI interviews. Slicers are visualizations on Power BI canvas that allows users to refine the data for for themselves easily. That means you are going to filter some data. Slicers means you are going to do filterization out of all records. That means page level filterizations. When coming to filters, you are going to do comparing between two categories. Like developer will apply different types of filters for making changes. So if you want to filter the data beyond all type of columns in the table, you can filter out whatever you want, and you can apply the visuals for that, and you can apply the page visualizations for the data. So if you want to operate or make any changes for the filters, you can use the slicers. So this is the main difference between the filter and slicer in Power BI. Last one, what is the bookmark in Power BI? So it will almost capture the state of report page in Power BI. That means so before only we discussed about the selection pane, we are going where we are going to do the objects show and hide. That means visible and hidden. So once you click on the bookmark, the new bookmark will be created where you are going to analyzing the report, and using the bookmarks you are going to make the buttons actions. So once you create the buttons and actions, you are going to show the page, or you are going to hidden the charts. You are going to apply all these changes in this bookmark. You are going to make use of filters, slicers, visuals, and also book buttons, actions. So selection pane also you are going to use in the bookmark. So all these things comprises of bookmark. Bookmark is mainly making, analyzing, and also settings applied to all the things like a chart and other things in Power BI. So here you can observe, you have to click on view pane and you have to select the bookmarks. The bookmark will be like this. You have to rename that. So if you want to show this chart, then you have to click on this eye. So this eye should be shown. Whenever you want to hide this chart, you have to click on this hide button. The option will be hidden. So this is the foremost important thing of bookmarks. This is all about the definition of bookmarks. So I think all these questions maybe you can go through and learn. Thank you.